Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn biology, today homeostasis, and that by doing ECU tendon training. The ECU tendon is here, and if you participate in the ECU tendon training in the second part of the video, that is at your own risk. Now we already had that through, and we had so far that homeostasis is to keep that in the human body is static and constant, the water level, the sugar level, and the mineral level, and the temperature, and that is done through the glands who are sending out hormones which travel through the bloodstream, or through blood vessels, to the organs, and these organs are then taking actions to make these four things as they should be. Okay, the rest we want to do later. Now, I'm going to start with the second camera, and then I'm going to say what we just said, and we have the title of it as homeostasis. And we're going to say also homeostasis can maybe be learned through homeo or homeo, which means something like human, and stasis sounds like static, so keep the human static. The internal environment of human with temperature, water content, sugar content, and iron content stable and steady. Now what do we call it? What is homeostasis? That is homeostasis. Just homeostasis. But the problem is, we're going to do then maybe another video where we're going to explain more to homeostasis. Now I'm just going to do it, maybe we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to start the second camera. And now I try to say it. I could actually use the book, why not? Homeostasis, that is that the internal environment, so what is inside of human body, is constant and stable and static. So the water content, the sugar content, the iron content, and the temperature. That is stable and static. Now, and that happens through glands who are sending out hormones. These hormones are then traveling through the bloodstreams to the organs, to the target organs, and then they are doing things so that the water content, the sugar content, the iron content, and the temperature is stable. It can be maybe remembered through homeostasis. Homeo, that sounds like human. Homo means human, and stasis sounds like static. So human static. Homeostasis to keep the human static. The water temperature, the water content, the iron content, and the sugar content, and the water content, and the body temperature. Homeostasis to keep the internal environment of human static. I'm not so happy with my spoke here. While the blue going to take it. I'm going to stop the second camera. Now, the question is, do we read on? Let's read actually not on. Let's remember what we have. Let's read that, and the rest will be additional information. So, if you're here for the next, when we're going to talk about the negative feedback, which means something about how is that now happening that the glands are sending out these hormones, then you're going to go to the next video where we're going to talk again about homeostasis. Now for now, homeostasis, that is keeping what is in the human static. The water content, the sugar content, the iron content, and the body temperature. Okay, I thank you very much, and you can go to the next video. If you just look at that, we will do now the ECU tendon training. If you participate in the ECU tendon training, that is at your own risk. We're having your arms next to us and the hands front to fists, and we're doing the spotlight. We're coming down, and again up. And again down, and up, and so on. And we're having 3 rules. The first rule is that we are stopping immediately as soon as there's pain. And the second exercise, the flashlight, fists, and now to the inside, to the outside. The second rule is that we go only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. To the outside again, and to the inside. Last time. And the third rule is that we're not overdoing it. So if you feel like taking a break, do it. Now the pancake flipper, flat hands next to us, and we're opening them, and we're closing them. And now I'm going to use a tennis racket. You can use also a dumbbell, but the tennis racket is light, so use a light dumbbell. And in accordance with our 3 rules, have a long arm out, take the upper arm, and go slowly over to the side. And back into the middle. And again slowly over. And back into the middle. And again. And now the same with the little arm. Take the lower arm, so that you're moving mostly with the wrist and the ECU tendon. And again. And directly over. Again. And the last time. Now with your arm, long arm out, and just to the outside. The last time, slowly to the outside. And back in. And now with the arm in and slowly to the outside. And again out. And back in. And the last time. And back in. Now take the jacket or whatever on the top and lift the arm slowly up. Bring it once over. Again in. And down. Now take the racket with the palm facing upwards. Up. And over. Again back. And down. Now with the other arm. Again with the top from the top, taking the racket out. Slow to the outside. Back in. And down. On the other way around, with the palm facing upwards. Up. Slowly over. Again over. And down. And just the last exercise. You can use a towel or a sock, and you're pressing just with good force and neutral position onto it. Out of the other side and just press onto it. And that was the ECU tendon training. I thank you very much, and until next time.